Hello, I'm Matthew Malcolm with California Ag Network, reporting to you from the annual conference of the Almond Alliance of California. Just had a great advocacy panel, one of them featuring Tricia Geringer from the Ag Council of California, who gave a great presentation and an update on the issues that are going on with growers receiving letters in Salinas and other areas demanding that they provide clean drinking water with serious fines or stop farming. It's just impossible things that they're requesting from the state water board, and there's something we've got to do about it, and we've got some bill coming down the pipeline that she's here to talk about.
Absolutely. So this is a case of a state government entity going too far, which has happened in so many other cases with respect to agriculture. And what we did to sit down and help create and craft a piece of legislation to create a solution was to put parameters and sideboards around where the State Water Board is headed and say, wait, we're going to pare you back. We're going to give you some parameters in order to provide some protections for farmers from State Water Board enforcement on nuisance and trespass claims. That's what they're essentially sending these letters regarding, saying, you, Mr. Farmer, have to pay replacement water as a result of allegations of nitrate contamination in groundwater. And what we did was sit down with the environmental justice community advocates, state government officials, others in agriculture on the essentially the advocacy side to help put together a piece of legislation that establishes some modest fees to establish a safe and affordable drinking water fund at the State Water Resources Control Board, which essentially will allow these disadvantaged communities to access this fund through a very minimal residential fee, less than 95 cents or less a month, and also some modest fertilizer fees of 6 mils, which amounts to about $6 for every $1,000 spent on fertilizer, establishing those fees, and then also a commercial industrial fee in order to pay into this fund so that we have a long-term solution to drinking water that's not just focused on agriculture. It's working to address all contamination issues, because agriculture right now is the only entity receiving these letters and being blamed, but nitrate is just a small piece of the contamination issues here in the state. There's actually arsenic, uranium, chrome-6, 1,2,3 TCP issues that have nothing to do with agriculture. So what we did was sit down, create a comprehensive solution, has this modest fee structure, but then in addition, the benefit for agriculture is there are some enforcement protections for farmers, so they will not any longer receive these letters from the State Water Board saying, hey farmer, you have to pay for this clean drinking water on your own. And this piecemeal approach that the State Water Board has been pursuing, that would be stopped for 15 years. Those enforcement protections would be in place for farmers for 15 years while these water treatment facilities, the access to this funding for these disadvantaged communities, while those treatment facilities come online and get up and running. So we're looking for that dedicated fund so that safe and affordable drinking water is provided to these communities. They do desperately need it. There are 300 of these areas throughout the state, about 1 million people, so it's a lot of folks. And agriculture, we feel we've sat down and become a part of the solution now. This is very challenging. This is a new fee for us. It's not where we would have been initially, but because of the situation, because we have dozens upon dozens of farmers receiving these letters, we think it's critical for us to be a part of, let's craft something that's long-term. This issue is the highest priority for us this year from our trade association standpoint. We're working to get it passed. The governor supports where we're heading. He placed this solution, the legislation, SB 623, in his state budget package as a trailer bill accompanying the budget. So we very much hope it passes this summer and hope to have support from additional folks from within the farming community. But we have a growing coalition, Almond Alliance, I know that California strawberry folks are on board, Citrus Mutual, the Rice Commission, several of the farm bureaus, quite a bit of support going forward and working to build even more so we can get the votes. This is a 2/3 vote in the legislature, and that is a challenge. It's a big hurdle, but we're working hard.
Right, and you said that there's already 200 more letters that are going to be going out to farmers if we don't get this passed.
That's right. The State Water Board has informed those who have received these letters, you're just the beginning. The folks who've received them, the dozens and dozens of farmers, are in areas like Salinas, Corcoran, Tulare, and now Santa Maria. That's the new area. Those folks have been receiving enforcement letters. So this piecemeal rifle shot approach is very frustrating. It doesn't fix the problem. It really doesn't solve long-term, drinking water problems in the state. And that's what we feel like we've created, is that long-term solution. But the State Water Board has said that they've got hundreds of letters waiting to go out. They have held off on sending those to additional farmers while we try to get this passed. So we hope to get it over the finish line soon.
Right. Well, it's just been a terrible position that the State Water Board has put the farmers in, and we really appreciate the efforts of the Ag Council of California and getting this bill forward, and definitely with all the other ag associations involved and some support in the legislature. Hopefully we can get this going and get this passed, but
Absolutely.
Read more about it in our publications. I'm Matthew Malcolm, CaliforniaAgNet.com.